Okay. And we're live.
We're live.
We're live. Let me put my phone on.
You didn't test the mics.
I just tested the mics.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't say we're live if the mic is not working.
All right, now we're live.
Hold on. Let me put my phone on silent.
Is my phone on silent? Yes, we are.
Alrighty. All right, bro. How you doing?
Wonderful. Doing great.
Okay, we're good. I'm sorry. No, I just gotta make sure. I gotta make sure this shit works because, bro, sometimes I'll notice something's wrong, and then the audio will cut.
Terrible.
Simultaneously, bro. All right. So, some stuff has happened in the past few months. Months, weeks since we've done our last podcast. To be honest, it's been dry as fuck. So, yeah, there's not too much to talk about.
I mean,
you know,
Beekeeper came out. Argylle
All right,
came
we're not
out.
gonna talk about Beekeeper though. That's a waste of time. No, actually, I'm gonna bring that up. Let me write that down as a bullet point. Beekeeper.
Gotta preserve the hive, bro. We gotta.
No, that's not the quote. If you're gonna quote Beekeeper, don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up.
Listen, man, my quote is better. My quote is better than whatever the hell they wrote in that script, bro.
Hold on. All right. Bro, I'm trying to make notes here, and it's fucking with me.
There you go.
Okay. All right, so in the past weekend, we had Matthew Vaughn drop a new movie.
What are your thoughts?
Argylle.
What are your thoughts?
Okay, to be honest with you, okay, my thoughts on the movie. I had a great time in the theater. I had a lot of fun. From first impressions, like walking out of the theater, I felt like it was a 7 out of 10. You know, I had a great time. There was some memorable scenes. There's some scenes in there that like I'm gonna come back to, for sure.
100%.
Specifically, one with a bunch of what would
oil,
you call it?
Oil and ice skating.
There's a great skating scene.
Crude
with
oil.
A great kind of Mr. and Mrs. Smith kind of shootout at the end that I loved. With like powder, like this.
Well, yeah, it's sort of like
that.
the Kingsman head exploding scene from one of his previous movies.
Yeah,
you know,
but I'm not gonna lie, it is its own. It's like it's own thing in a way because it's very well choreographed and it's just.
Well, it's sort of like a tango dance scene while all that shit.
Yeah, they're killing while they're killing people. Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, like a little bit like it also gave me like the vibe sort of like Harley Quinn, like when she was like
in Birds of Prey when she enters
not even
GCPD.
that. I mean, yeah, that scene.
I mean, that's literally the scene I thought of when I first saw it. Yeah.
But I mean, also like in the Suicide Squad when like she has like the sort of like when she's killing people with the spear and like she's seeing like butterflies and like the birds and stuff like that while just a Gigolo is playing.
Yeah. That's an amazing scene. That's one of the best scenes from that movie too. Yeah. One thing. I mean, what are your thoughts on the movie? How did you feel about it walking out?
I mean, walking out, like I was with you, so we both walked out like we had drinks, we had a good time, like we enjoyed ourselves, especially with like the action scenes. Then we sort of realized afterward, oh man, like this movie is getting like shit
dogged on.
This
movie
been
got
destroyed.
dogged on critically, yeah.
And I mean, also like huge box office, like it's dunzo, right? Like it's flopped now. Like what's going on with the box office? It's a huge box office
flop.
What are the numbers?
The first thing I want to address is the critics' negative reviews. Like the first thing I do when I come out of the theater is go on Letterboxd. Like the moment the credits start rolling, I just log it. And it was at like a 2.7.
That's lower than like The King's Man, which you dislike more than. Or I've never seen The King's Man.
Because The King's Man, I believe, is at a 2.9 right now, which is terrible. I hated The King's Man. It was not a good movie.
That one is sort of like a prequel to the Kingsman movies, right? Like they had like if I remember you telling me it was like a Rasputin.
I wouldn't even call it a pre. I don't even know what that movie is, to be honest with you. That movie was a complete misfire. I thought that movie was terrible. But yeah, it had a $18 million opening weekend with a $200 million budget.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it was getting dogged on by critics. And it was not. I didn't even know. I wanted to stay away from it because I was like, this. I love Matthew Vaughn. I want to go into this with like fresh eyes. I don't want to have anything at the back of my mind. And yeah, when I walked out of that theater, I felt like I had watched a decent movie, you know. And for it to have such a low, like even like Rotten Tomatoes score was like 37 at the time, or even lower than it was like 30. I was like, come on, you know.
I think like there's just a huge pushback in general in terms of like movies that are using CGI that like haven't like the CGI isn't like great, you know, like because those things take you out of the movie. And also Matthew Vaughn's specific style, like I love his style. Like I love the way that he directs his movies, but he, especially in this movie, he does it in a way where the style is so noticeable that you know you're watching a movie. So you don't really like get to like be like in the movie and forget that you're watching a movie. Like you know you're watching a movie, especially when you're watching Argylle. There's so many like POV shots and so many like the way that they use the like the camera in general and the little tricks. Like you know you're watching a movie that's trying to be stylized in a way that you like. This is a stylish movie.
The best way to describe like Matthew Vaughn's style is just cool, like Jesse Eisenberg's portrayal of Zuckerberg definition of cool. Like, you know, like he was like, oh, he's like, oh, the social, like the Facebook is just, it's cool. Like he wants it to be this cool thing. You know, he didn't want to focus on, so like that's like to just narrow it down. Like it's that type of cool where it's like, it has like a sort of swagger to it. Like Kingsman: The Secret Service had that swagger to it. Kick-Ass.
Absolutely.
Amazing type of, amazing, I can't really just love style. Amazing style to it, yeah. And
well, in general, like he loves, like it seems like he loves working on those type of movies. Like he helped like produce like some of I believe it was Guy Ritchie's like early movies like Lock, Stock, Loaded Barrel, and like, you know, those type of very like stylish movies. And so that's definitely where he's sort of put into like his career path. You know
what's interesting about Guy Ritchie too is that they're very close friends, and he was initially going to direct. Guy Ritchie was going to direct Layer Cake, and then he dropped it. He was like, "Nah, I'm not going to do it." He was letting Matthew Vaughn know, like, "Hey, it's not going to happen." And Matthew Vaughn was talking about it. He has Chris Stuckman has a podcast. They were talking about where his wife was telling him, I think, trying to motivate him, like, "Hey, you should direct this movie. I think you should do this because you've been on so many sets. You've worked with Guy Ritchie so much and stuff like that. That I think you would be a great fit." And he was like, "Oh, you're crazy." And then like I forgot the producers came up to him and was like, "Hey, do you want to direct this movie?" And in that moment, he was like, "Holy crap!" I think Layer
Opportunity.
Cake, I think that was his first movie that he directed, and Layer Cake is awesome.
That's the one with Daniel Craig, right? And
yeah. It has a very Snatch energy to it, you know. So I don't know necessarily why Guy Ritchie walked away. I mean, from just guessing, maybe it was too similar. He felt maybe there was some similarities to his movie. They're different, but there's like the vibe is the same, you know.
I mean, there can be all sorts of reasons. Like sometimes there's just schedule conflicts. Like maybe you're juggling another project, and you know who knows. Like we should probably check like if Guy Ritchie has come out with like a specific reason why he left. But yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's great when directors get an opportunity like that for their debut. You know, like for their feature film. Yeah. And good on Matthew Vaughn. I think like no matter what, I'm glad that he is out there. I'm glad that his style is out there.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Like he's made some amazing films despite like flops like Argylle always like put like a bit of dent in like future prospects of like trying to get other projects off the ground. I mean, but I heard he's doing like he might be doing like at least like helping out with like another Kick-Ass movie, and they're also trying to do another Kingsman one.
I think one of his flaws is definitely a lack of focus in his projects, because recently it's just felt like it was, I forgot when it was, 2017 he dropped The Golden Circle, and there was so much other stuff he was introducing, and he like I think the biggest flaw in that movie was genuinely bringing back Colin Firth.
Yeah. So
and killing off Roxy. So wait, you see, yo, it's funny because he was talking about how I interrupt you. Yeah. That's the second time.
Well, I have to say that decision that they made in that like trailer, like they showed it in the trailer.
You have permission to speak. You have permission to speak right now.
I'm interrupted this time. It's my interruption. No. That decision in the trailer made me not watch the movie for a while. Like I watched Kingsman: The Golden Circle when I was finally with you. That's when I finally watched the movie.
Okay, but do you know what I was referring to when I just did that?
The A-boy?
The Kanye interview with I forgot what's the British guy?
Fuck. I don't know fucking British people.
Okay, so your talking privileges revoked.
Revoked. That's it.
You're done.
Do we know any British people?
You're done.
Do we know any British people? Oh shit. Shit.
I know British people.
Okay, good.
It's not important right now. Anyways, let's go back. Yeah. Fuck you. Fuck you for just derailing my whole line of thought. Oh my god.
Golden Circle.
Yeah, Golden Circle. There was a lot of issues with that movie. I still think Golden Circle for me is a 7 out of 10 because the opening scene, every single action sequence in that movie, the Poppy's Land scene is just it's so awesome. Like, he took a lot of what was great about Kingsman and still put it in the second one. I feel like there's a lot that still works. There's a lot that doesn't, which drags the movie down a bit and the plot. I think after that, like, The King's Man wasn't like the worst idea to make a prequel about it. You know, it's his franchise now, like he's making the movies and stuff like that. But it was initially supposed to drop in 2020 and it dropped almost 2 years later in late 2021 because of COVID. And that movie was terrible. And then he still, like, now he made Argylle. Where the fuck is Kingsman 3? You know? I think it's called, like, Kingsman the Blue Blood. Or something.
Which makes me think of, like, the Blue Bloods TV show, where I'm like, I want like Kingsman the Blue Blood. I'm interested in, like, what they go for.
No, but he wants to make it the final. He wants to finish the trilogy. But I'm like, dude, you just set up like a whole nother. He introduces characters that are not really utilized for the second movie. It kind of does like a Last Jedi in a way, where like you just introduced a bunch of shit just to cap it off like immediately. It doesn't make any sense.
So that doesn't. Like, what you mean by that is like sort of like, for example, Roxy in Kingsman, where, you know, like she's introduced in the first Kingsman and then immediately dies off in like the second one.
No, it's right? It's like introducing Channing Tatum and then writing him out with he was doing drugs, so he's gonna be bedridden for like the rest of the movie. Like, stupid as shit. Pedro Pascal was the only statesman in that movie that was actually utilized.
Where you remember him
the entire film. Yeah. He was great. I thought that whole thing, but he could have gone through that arc without Colin Firth.
Yeah,
he could have gone through that because maybe they could have done a route where, like, since he lost Colin Firth, that he might not feel like he's ready, especially since most of the Kingsmen have died. So now he's looking for that kind of father figure again, and he gets betrayed by Pedro Pascal. Like, there's so like the fact that I just came up with that in 5 seconds. Like, what the like?
Well,
what are we doing giving these motherfuckers budgets? Like, that would have been an interesting idea.
It's one of those things also where I think like he really wanted to bring back the actor, I believe is Colin Firth. And he just really wanted to bring him back. He wanted to work with him again.
Yeah, but sometimes we don't get what we want.
Yeah, no, and that's what made the first movie so great. When, you know, Sam Jackson said, "Oh, you'll find some convoluted way to escape, but this ain't that type of movie." And then he just shoots him, and instead it became that type of movie because, you know, he did find a convoluted way of escaping, and then not only that, but he escapes with an amnesia plotline, which is like one of the the cornerstone cliches of spy movies, which Argylle does also, like the sort of amnesia sort of.
Argylle does it in a different way that sort of works, though.
Right.
It works in a way because I think, I mean, to keep it on the Kingsman for a second on track, I think like, yeah, Kingsman: The Golden Circle does it a lot worse only because where Argylle is playing with that idea and making fun of it, Kingsman is a serious, like it's taking it seriously. It's taking it seriously, even though the Kingsman movies are kind of like a almost borderline like a spoof James Bond. It's still, the subject matter is still serious. It's just more of like has like that like Deadpool energy. You know, like it's like a raunchy type of movie. You know, that comes with a different energy.
But the first movie knew how to balance it, where like you had that energy, but also there were moments where it's like you could take it seriously and the stakes are high.
It's like a wacky kind of nature that it has.
Right,
to it, you know?
Which is actually a difficult tone to balance, but that's what made him pull it off so well in the first movie, and then in the second Kingsman, it wasn't as great.
He was kicking ass, pun not intended, with Kick-Ass and Kingsman. Kick-Ass to me, both of those movies are in my top 10 of all time. So like to me, like
Kick-Ass 2 also?
No, fuck no.
I was about to say, okay.
No. Fuck no.
I was about to say, I had to clarify. I had to clarify. I had to save my boy.
Fuck no.
Okay.
Kick-Ass 2 is terrible. The comic is good. I think I didn't finish the third one. I read like half of the third one. I read the actual comics. Way more brutal.
Yeah.
Way more brutal.
I remember you telling me about some of them.
There's like 2 pages dedicated, it's like one picture on 2 pages where like Hit Girl like puts a machete through like I forgot his name. He plays Merlin in Kingsman.
Oh,
he played the villain in Kick-Ass, and he gets a machete through like the top of his head, and it fills up like the whole page.
Right.
You know, it's kind of but it's still. I thought it was decent. Way more violent though. Like in Kick-Ass 2, I think he's like shooting at cops or something, and in the comics he just shoots a bunch of like little ass kids with like dualies. He's just like.
There you go. It's sort of like the sort of things like when you like you look at like the Boys TV show adaptation and then you read some of like the Boys comic books and you're like, oh, instead of just like the deep, you know, like trying to do some like sex shit with Starlight, instead it's like instead it's like Black Noir, Homelander, and A-Train, like all trying to like freaking rape Starlight, you know. So like the Boys like fucking comic is way crazier. That shit, it's wild, bro. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Damn, bro. Nah, that's fucked up,
bro. Dude. No,
that's worse. That's bro. Yo,
that's
wait, no. I mean, also kill. I mean, the motherfucker in Kick-Ass 2 killing school children, I'd say is like pretty up there.
I mean, that's pretty bad also.
Pretty bad.
You know, it's both of them are pretty freaking terrible, man.
Yo, this is not laughing.
Right. And we're laughing because it's terrible.
That just made it worse. That just made it worse. That's not why we're laughing at all. Put down the beer, bro. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's get back on track. But yeah, $200 million budget did not feel utilized in Argylle at all. And Dune 2 was made for $120 million.
And
it's a fucking joke. Good. It's a fucking. That was so like you watched the movie, right, dickhead?
No, even the trailers. Like I'm like, bro, the special
like an hour show, guy.
It looks so good. Like when you look at the trailers and you look at how they utilize that sort of budget, and then you look at the trailer for Argylle, where you can see in the trailer of Argylle, this fucking cat looks terrible.
Relax.
I'm just saying, you know.
Damn, bro.
But yeah, man.
Jesus Christ.
No, it's a real issue with like them pushing VFX artists like too hard, and you know these guys are overworked, and then they end up pumping out like dog shit.
But I think in Argylle it was like purposeful. But if you're gonna make bad CGI,
that's like the Flash, bro. When they said that with the Flash, the
CGI
is purposeful.
No, they didn't. Argylle didn't come out and say that. I'm just assuming because it's a fantastical like nature to it, and it's like a book. Oh my god. Give me a second. I'm sorry. It was supposed to be like that purposely, but I also think like because of the cast, a lot of the budget went to the cast. You know, so
yeah, they got like Dua Lipa, Henry Cavill. Like that was a stacked cast. Like they had.
Bro, they spent $350 million on Fast X, and it was half of the budget was for the cast. It's a joke.
Yep.
And that movie looks like shit.
Yeah.
Most of it looks like shit, bro. The thing that's a joke. Speaking of jokes. The Beekeeper has a
smooth transition.
The Beekeeper has a higher Rotten Tomato score than Argylle.
I mean, there you go.
What are we doing? Bro, that shit has like a 70. This is why I don't want to go to the movies anymore. I don't want to go to the movies anymore.
Are you? Is it happening, bro? Are you canceling A-list? Is this happening?
I'm not canceling A-list. I'm just like gonna do better things with my time.
I feel you.
You know, this is bullshit. This is fucking bullshit. Like,
I need your in-depth thoughts on the Beekeeper.
We're not.
We're not getting our in-depth content. We're not doing it.
We need to keep it with the time right now. Bro. If we do that, that's gonna be the podcast.
We'll just go on rants and we won't stop.
Yeah, no. But it is embarrassing still that it was made for $200 million and Dune for $120 million. That movie looks real.
Mm-hmm.
It looks real. Like I remember Dune, like it was making me smile. Like the scene where they were, what was it? The spice. What was the machine that was like picking up the spice?
Oh,
and they had to like because one of the motors stopped working, and then the sandworm was coming, and they had to like escape.
Yeah,
that scene was phenomenal. It looked real. You know?
Yeah, I mean, like they're on location. You know, they're wearing the real outfits. They don't have to They only need to use like CGI for what they actually need to use. Otherwise, they're using like practicals or like models.
It's
stuff
mostly
like that.
sets that were built.
Yeah, man. So that helps. That like I look at like for example like the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and I'm like most of those are the sets. Most of those are like actual practicals, and the CG that they do put in time to use. Like for Davy Jones, like the tentacle squid looking guy, like that looks good still to this day. It looks better than all the CG that have been like Marvel movies where like a lot of this isn't holding up, while like that tentacle dude from like 2006 still looks better than all of this, you know.
Yeah, I'm not with it. It was bad. That's really bad. Anyways, we gotta move on because it's like
no
looking
more
at
ranting
that
about
looking,
CG,
looking
bro.
at that number is like, bro. Speaking of numbers, Dune Part 2 dropped tickets about 2 weeks ago, and it crashed A-list not worldwide but nationwide.
Yeah, no, we were there for that. We were at the
do not reveal the sauce.
Okay.
Do not reveal the sauce on how we get tickets, bro.
We shall not.
I just want to know, is this done purposefully? Because it feels like every time there's like a big movie, A-list just ceases to work, or like anything. Like you just can't even.
It's too
go
crowded.
To the seats.
Like there's too many people.
I
tickets
fucking don't believe that many people know that Dune tickets are on sale.
You'd be surprised.
No, bro.
You'd be surprised. That's one of the.
Because the moment it drops at 11, because it was dropping at 11:10 a.m. The tickets weren't even live on the phones, and it was still not like it just couldn't work. It just didn't work. When it went on the phone, right? You're smiling because like I almost fucked up, but like when, maldita sea, bro.
But the ticket crisis, bro. That's what I call that stuff, man. Because like people fiend for it. Like I guess I really think that there's that many people logging on at once. Like
No Way Home was believable, but like for Dune too.
Dune is also believable, man.
No,
like,
fuck you. Not in the first minute, bro. Not in the first minute, bro. That's ridiculous. They do that. It's the same thing with the PS5s where they do it to get rid of the traffic, so people are like, oh, they give up, and then 40 minutes later they're like, here you go.
Right.
You know, but
that could be
No Way Home did it better because they had a queue. But this specifically, like, just crashed A-list, you know? Which is like, it's like, if it was because of the traffic, then it looks good. It's looking good for Dune 2. But if it was done on purpose, like, can we stop, AMC? Like, can we just, I just want to buy, I don't want to have to do what I got to do to get my tickets, bro. I don't want to do what I got to do, bro.
Tragic.
But yeah, it's looking good. The numbers are looking good for Dune. It's gonna 100% make more than the first one, like indefinitely,
I think so.
Because it's also because the HBO Max release is not there, or Max.
Right,
I'm sorry.
Right.
The Max release is not there. And IMAX screenings are gonna go for about 5 to 6 weeks.
But I heard that like the IMAX screenings are the ones that are full, while like Dolby's are
that's why
empty.
it's going for 5 to 6 weeks.
I see. That's pretty wild though.
Yeah.
Like that fact that like people could just like watch in an almost empty theater Dune 2 in like Dolby or like in like a regular screen.
People have not like really filled that up. I mean, the screenings that get filled up often, even for regular, is the 7 to 8 p.m. screenings.
Gotcha.
You know, because that's when people usually go to see a movie. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of having like an Oppenheimer effect with the IMAX. I think Oppenheimer kind of started that with this whole big deal about watching it in IMAX. You know, which is it's weird because I feel like it should have been with like Dune. Like if you're gonna do it any movie, like Dune should have kind of started. I mean, because of COVID. You know, maybe not.
No,
but
I mean, and also like I see Nolan and Denise, like they almost have like that close partnership when it comes to like promoting IMAX and promoting the theater experience. Like that was like the whole reason with like the rift with Warner Bros. You know, for Nolan at least. You know, so that's definitely a big thing that they want, and it seems to be happening. Like the Barbenheimer experience, and specifically like Oppenheimer in IMAX, like has sort of revitalized it. We'll see. Maybe we're speaking too soon, but it looks like it, especially with Dune.
Yeah, but it's just so weird that people caught, because a lot of people you speak to, like they don't really give a fuck about IMAX, like because they don't understand it. They haven't really gone to see like a 70mm movie or what that looks like. You know, not everybody has access to it. There's like 12 actual 70mm IMAX theaters in the world, I think. You know, and like I know in Hungary when I go there, the only one that is 70mm is, and the only IMAX theater there I think is in Budapest.
Right.
and so people don't really have access. It's funny too because Timothée Chalamet, when they were filming Dune 2, when Top Gun Maverick came out, he bought out that theater where I saw the last movie I saw there was Eternals, and he bought the theater out. And why would you do that? You don't, because you don't make me get into it, okay? Fuck. Yeah, he bought out the theater to show like the cast and crew, like he invited the cast and crew to go see Top Gun Maverick, and he's seen that shit like 12 times. He said. I mean, he did the same thing with Interstellar, but it's more understandable because he's in the movie. But damn, I mean, Top Gun Maverick is fire. So.
I mean, no, it would be worth it. If I had the resources to do that, I would absolutely do that.
Yeah.
You know, like Top Gun Maverick, like I got to rewatch that like on like the 4th of July with my mom. And like I have like just a mini TV, and even then I felt like I was watching like a cinematic like experience, and in IMAX it's magical, you know.
That was the first movie we watched on this TV.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So
really?
It was
Wow,
like,
yeah.
That was the first ever movie. Like everybody came over. We're kind of like celebrating that we have this like massive TV.
Yeah.
And then we just put on Top Gun Maverick, and because nobody had seen it, so I'm watching it with 3 people with like it's like fresh eyes, you know, seeing their reactions and stuff.
I mean, it's you got to put people on, man, because that's one of the better movies.
Yeah. So it was really Nolan who kind of created this IMAX craze with Oppenheimer. Yeah, it's interesting. I still don't fully understand how like it got so. I mean, granted, it's Oppenheimer, and people were seeing it in regular screens were selling out too. But I wonder how Dune will do. I mean, clearly it's doing well because most of the IMAX 70mm screenings are sold out. But even with like, Nolan is kind of almost pushing this movie with his praise. When he was speaking to Denis Villeneuve, he called Dune Part 2 his Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, whoa!
Which is like it's like whoa, you know? I mean, that's not big fucking words. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's this borderline the same thing as saying like it's your Godfather Part 2. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm guessing he's using Star Wars terminology to say like.
Right.
Like,
I mean, like
this is your sequel masterpiece.
This is your like sequel, like upping the ante. The stakes are higher, and also like we
it's
wouldn't.
It's gonna be the war. It's gonna be like the actual like the shit that you really want from Dune. You know.
Right. And you know, like a lot of like Star Wars is like in some roundabout ways, like you see the influences of Dune in Star Wars, and you see the influences of Dune on like Game of Thrones and on all sorts of media. You know, and so the fact that we're finally getting like the full like adaptation instead of like the rushed sort of like studio interfered like David Lynch like version that he made, which like has fantastic moments, but it's still like it's not the complete Dune faithful story.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're also re-releasing that.
Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, hopefully I can catch it.
I have to check. I didn't get tickets for it. It should be soon. I think it's It's the week after this one, probably. Yeah. But yeah, so big praise. And also, Denis Villeneuve, I'm not going to lie, he's probably like top 3 for me, like currently.
Yeah.
Because it swaps for me a lot. And Nolan is always going to be in that top 3. But Denis is like swapping between Nolan, you know, because Denis hasn't had a bump in the road in terms of like the quality. Like his films just keep getting better and better. Like Prisoners is just a drama. But it's like genuinely one of the most like perfectly constructed films, not only from a screenplay standpoint, but from a directing standpoint. It's like one of the most perfect films I've ever seen in my life. Where the first time I had watched it was on TV, and I watched like from the midpoint to the end, and I rewatched it like 2.5 years ago, from beginning to end. And even though I knew the ending, I couldn't stop watching it.
It's still so engaging, and like the performances with the actors, man.
Jake Gyllenhaal carries that movie,
man.
and obviously Hugh Jackman's great,
Jackman
but
Paul
like
Dano.
Jake Gyllenhaal, bro,
right,
like incredible movie, and Paul Dano, yeah, and it's funny because I think Matt Reeves said he casted him as the Riddler because of that movie, and he says like the Batman Christmas like Jingle Bells version that he did. He's like whatever, I forgot what it was.
Jingle Bells, Batman smells, Robin lays an egg.
Nobody gave you permission to speak.
You looked at me.
I looked at you for a second and you were like, oh! I had permission. No. No, okay, thank you. Fuck you.
This poor man, censored, man.
But yeah, because of that scene, he got to, I I mean, obviously he's a great actor. So it's like, oh, he made a Batman reference. He must be ready to play the Riddler. You know what I mean? Like, it's just he's that good in the movie. It has the same kind of aesthetic. I mean, the Riddler he was going for is similar to Paul Dano's character in Prisoners. You know, this like very introverted, like creepy character. You know, the guy who plays Polka Dot Man in the Suicide Squad. I forgot his name in Prisoners. Phenomenal actor also. Like
he's
in everything. It's the meme where he's like you got children's clothes. You bought children's clothes, right? He's like yeah. And then he's like, you have children? He's like no. And then he barges in, you know. But it's like they made the meme of like someone like asking you to like pop out. You don't want to pop out. And Jake Gyllenhaal just barges in. You know what I mean? Like there's just so many memes for that.
No, dude, that actor is in everything. Also, like he was in he was in The Dark Knight. You know, like he played that one.
That one schizophrenic.
Yeah, that one schizophrenic guy that where Harvey Dent was like about to kill this dude. You know. Yeah,
and then Batman was like telling him, like, "Yo, he's schizophrenic, bro. Like he doesn't know what's going on, bro."
Well, yeah. Why does he always seems to be playing like crazy people or like bad guys and like stuff like that? You know, like it's like, but he's so great at it.
It's like the Joaquin Phoenix kind of like syndrome, where it's just like I don't know. Like, when you give an Oscar speech like that, it makes sense why you're playing the Joker.
Terrible. We're terrible.
Not that bad. Okay, I've said worse. Yeah. Oh, one thing also. Dune. They're releasing Dune Part 1 this Saturday, and there's gonna be a sneak peek at Part 2. I'm not gonna lie.
Whoa,
I'm
really?
skipping that shit because I genuinely just want to watch Part 2 for what it is.
Gotcha.
I don't know if it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be after the movie. I don't think they would just put it there because maybe some people are just gonna see the reissue to get the sneak peek. You know. But I wouldn't want to experience like a part of the movie.
I get you.
If it's like the first 10 minutes, that's a different thing. But they don't tell you what it is. You know.
Like they could end up showing like little scenes from like the third act that'll like impact some of your initial viewing experience.
Yeah,
something like that.
Exactly.
You know? No, I would love to see the OG Dune again.
Yo, I'm sorry. Have I been covering my mouth this whole thing? I'm just realizing my hand has been up here.
You're doing it a couple times, but not like too much. Don't worry.
I feel like I've been fucking up my audio, bro. I'm gonna sound
speaking like Bane, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Born in the darkness. That was cringe. I'm gonna stop. Nah, I love that. Bro, that movie's so quotable. It just, I love that shit. Every time I think about that.
The fire rises.
Okay, yo, we're gonna stop.
I know that whole fucking scene memorized. That opening scene with the airport.
For you.
Oh, so good.
Yeah. Now we're just thinking about
we're just thinking about all the quotes. Yo,
God damn that's our Roman Empire, bro. That's our Roman Empire.
Who wants to try next?
Crashing his plane.
But no survivors.
Oh my god, bro.
What's Tom Hardy been up to, man? He's so good.
By the time I was a man, the light was nothing but blinding. Yeah. It's so fucking good, bro. Oh, bro. Like, he's like, yo, you know what? I love how we're just talking about Bane now. Glenn Powell. Isn't that he's the guy in the bank where he's like, yo, like, give me the money. He's like, he tells like, oh, we don't have any money.
Wait, that was him?
That was Glenn Powell. He like slams his face into a desk.
Whoa,
he slams his face into a desk and he goes like, he's like, we don't have any money. He's like, why are you here for? Like, it's bro, man, Bane is so savage, bro. It's so we gotta move on. There's no way we're talking about Bane.
I was about to say what he said, like about like the little boy's voice, bro, in the stadium, but I'm like, no, we gotta chill with the Bane quotes.
Such
no.
a beautiful.
God damn.
Bro. Oh my god, bro.
We just need Bane and Dune Part 2, bro. We just
Denis Villeneuve, did he ever work with Tom Hardy?
I don't think so.
That should be a thing.
That should be a thing.
That would be like a great director collaboration. No. Why wasn't he in Oppenheimer?
Why wasn't he in Oppenheimer?
He would have been. He could have been like Ben. You know Ben Safdie's role. Tom Hardy could have fit that perfectly.
I don't know, maybe. It's a weird thing where I think it was specifically like a casting thing where like Ben Safdie.
What if someone builds a bigger bomb?
Ben Safdie looks a little more like the actual real life Edward Teller, okay. You know, than Tom Hardy, I guess, you know.
No shade to Ben Safdie, but like, bro.
Yeah, he's great. He's great in that movie also. But Tom Hardy is just goated, you know. Like what else can there be said?
Yo, we gotta stop talking.
We gotta move on. We gotta move on.
Yo, we're gonna talk about someone else.
We're glizzing him too much.
Okay, bro. Jacob Elordi under police investigation. Oh my God, bro!
Yo, what's going on with all these actors, like now being in police investigations, bro? What's happening?
Hey, bro. I don't know what's going on, but allegedly, he choked an Australian radio host against like a wall over a joke. I'm not inviting him over ever again.
I knew you were gonna fucking say.
I'm never inviting him over again, bro. I'm gonna choke you against the fucking wall.
Yeah, you wish.
Hey, yo.
It's kind of, yo.
Got him.
When this is empty, I'm gonna chuck it at you.
Can't treat your workers like that. We're gonna get a bad rep.
Anyways, so Jacob was at a local pub in Australia, I believe, from what I read, in Southeast Sydney, and Joshua Fox, the radio host, just walked up to him with an empty jar that said Jacob Elordi's bathwater on it.
Okay.
And he's filming him, so I think somebody was with him filming, and he hands him the jar, and he's like, "Hey, could I give you this? Jackie wants a birthday present."
Okay.
Assuming that's like his girlfriend or his wife. And he looked at him and he's like, "Bro, are you serious? Yo, relax, all right, buddy? Like, it's all right, bro. Like, first of all, if you're a known actor, like he's a known actor. We don't know if he was like under the influence or whatever, what was going on, right? So anything could have been in the situation. He came out of the pub, allegedly. I think that's what it said. And so when he was coming out of there, he's just like, he gets offered this jar and he's like, "Bro, are you serious right now?" He's like, "Can you stop recording?" And when he started acting like that, like, you're not going to stop recording, you know what I mean? When you start getting aggressive, like, you want kind of like it's for like evidence or whatever. And obviously,
so he kept on recording.
Yeah, and obviously, and so like I think what happened was he approached him and he grabbed him by the neck and like slammed him into the wall.
Damn.
Over that, you know. But I think, listen, it's not appropriate, obviously, to walk up to someone and ask for their fucking bathwater. But
I mean, you could also move on with your life, you know. You could also
listen. It's a different thing if somebody hands you that and you're a famous actor. And first of all, so I mentioned this. He's been marketing the fuck out of that scene. Like, on SNL, on Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah,
bro,
you mentioned the Jimmy Fallon.
He was on
thing
Jimmy
on
Fallon
podcast,
with the fucking candle. And he literally sticks his mouth inside and starts, like, acting like he's licking said, you know, bodily fluids out of a badger. But he's like using it. I could say semen if I fucking want to. I'm just trying to be nice here, all right? Because we're already in a fucked up situation, okay? So he was reenacting what Barry Keoghan was doing, and he did that on Jimmy.
You
Fallon.
still haven't seen the scene. I need to get you to see the scene one day, right?
No, we don't have to. No, I've seen it, but like not by choice. All right.
Okay, not by choice.
Okay.
Oh man.
And so he's been marketing the fuck out of that scene, and I think it's low key. Like, bro, what are you expecting? You know, somebody walks up to you and says that. First thing, I'm gonna assume it's a joke. If the guy is like, "No, fill it up with your bathwater, bro," I'm gonna knock him out. If he like starts getting aggressive, then like he has a right to like put his hands on him, like protect yourself, you know. But from what I read, it's almost just like he gave it to him, and he was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Boom, we gave him like the Alexa Demi treatment, bro. In Euphoria. Like, just straight up fucking smashed him like Maddie, bro. That's crazy. And so now his friends came back afterwards like, "Yo, don't do it." And like, obviously, "Oh, bro, don't say nothing. Don't get him in trouble." And it's ironic because he went on like, I think like a show and like told the story. But then he's like, "Nah, but I'm not pressing charges. Like, don't start no trouble." I'm like, bro, you just clearly started trouble.
Right,
like you went to the public and like announced that shit. You know what I mean? So
well, I mean, it's a different thing. Like court of public opinion versus like fully getting involved with like authorities and like pressing, like that's a different system, you know.
Yeah.
So I guess like it is what it is. If he's not pressing charges, they move on, you know. Like there's no maybe no. I guess there's hard feelings, right? There's got to be hard feelings.
Well, there's gonna be hard feelings after something like that. But like, to be honest, my biggest issue is just like, listen, okay, you got offended by it, but at the same time,
well, what's going?
You weren't in any immediate danger, and also if the guy looked like normal, like
right.
I'm assuming the guy wasn't like, can I have your bathwater? Like I don't think he was like coming in like
maybe
Igor,
that's what happened.
You know what I'm saying? So
no, I gotta ask.
maybe that, but I'm guessing like the thing I'm assuming is he was intoxicated. They were coming out of a bar. He was with friends. Maybe he's a little drunk. To be honest, if I'm fucked up, you're more likely to get the bathwater from me. Like, you're more likely to get that shit from me, bro. I don't know what the fuck.
That's like the best moment to go for that.
But also, who knows what's going on in his life? Nobody knows his personal life. Maybe he's been doing it for the press and like got tired of it. But it's also like, you know.
Well, it's
something you gotta deal with. But
here's the thing. What's this thing happening now where like a lot of people in general, they're just like getting like they're just soft and they're just getting like triggered to the point of violence with jokes. Like same thing happened with Will Smith and Chris Rock, bro. Like that's just like a joke.
Bro,
and then,
Jacob Elordi had a fucking Will Smith moment. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty much what that is, man. Like you legit just go up to someone. Of course, it's not live at the Oscars in front of everybody, but it's like it's still, you know,
it's
violent.
just insane that you're not doing anything to like stop the production of candles that say your name followed by bathwater. Like you're okay with that. There's people making candles trying to replicate a scent of a bathroom and basically make it like, oh, it's like Jacob Elordi's bathwater. That's insane.
But
that's insane. So you're not uncomfortable. You're not uncomfortable with that.
That could just be like contractually obligated like marketing stuff that like studios do to promote their movie. Like that's the thing that like. What happened?
Yo, we're not gonna talk about it. I don't know what the fuck that was.
That was in your room.
That sounded like my whole room just fell apart, bro. That sounds crazy,
later.
Bro.
And then this thing fucking fell over all of a sudden.
Because you kicked it over, dumbass.
No. I didn't touch it. That shit happened at the sink. Was there like a little fucking tremble or something? The fuck?
They're probably fucking upstairs, bro. I don't know. My neighbors, bro.
You must have fucking thrown her onto the bed. Goddamn.
Bro, I can make a film with how much I
how much happened up there, right?
Like, bro, it's like so bad, bro. Shout out to my neighbors. Yo, that was crazy. I'm not gonna lie, that was scary as fuck. That shit was wild.
I can't see it. Like, do you see what happened?
I don't see anything.
I don't want to even go in there, bro.
But it sounded like shit like fell though. Nothing like too heavy. So
yo, Rap, how would you react if some big ass motherfucker just starts sprinting?
Jacob Elordi. he's like, the fuck you talking about my bathwater?
He spawns in.
This is why.
You just hear a bath starting, bro.
Oh my god! The faucet slowly turns, and then the water starts trickling down.
That's a horror movie idea. That's horror movie shit right there.
Yo, Jesus Christ. Anyways, yeah.
That's sort of like the type of thing where it was like when Dave Chappelle was doing stand-up and some random guy ran up on the stage and tackled him, and Chris Rock came out and was like, yo, was that Will Smith? Like, what's going on? Like, why is the weird shit happening all over the place?
Yeah, but you can't attack what you can't fucking see.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
So
what is that jing? Oh, it's in the chair, bro. I was like, what the fuck is that jingling? Okay, so final verdict. I just think overall, like, it didn't seem that serious regarding like the, you know, with the context and all that, but like, bro, it was clearly, he made it clear that it was a joke. Also, he's a well-known person in the public. Maybe Jacob Elordi didn't recognize him, didn't know
thought
who
it was
he
like paparazzi or something.
But anyways, I think it was a bit of an overreaction. Also consider, I mean, somebody comes up to you with a camera in your face, that's a different thing. But you don't physically grab someone by the neck and slam them against a wall. That's a little much. You could slap the phone out of his hand. That's more reasonable. You know, Kanye. There's a video of Kanye just walking up to a woman's car, grabs her phone and chucks it down the road. It's like, it's amazing. You know, like he could have had one of those videos, and instead he decided to like be like his character, Nate Jacobs. Funny how they have like similar names.
And it's damn no, but it's also wild because what you would call it, like after both incidents of like the Will Smith, Chris Rock, and Jacob Elordi and what's his face, the producer guy, like neither of them ended up pressing charges after the incident. They just like they put it out into like the public sphere. And
well, what is Jacob Elordi pressing charges for, bro? They're selling like candles.
Well, no, I mean like Chris Rock, and the
fill it up
producer.
with his bathwater, bro. And, yo, as an apology, he should fill the jar up with his bathwater and give it to him.
Send it to him over.
Yeah.
No, don't even send it to him. Send it to Jackie.
Like, I'm sorry for like violating you, bro.
Right. Yeah, maybe that'll happen. If you were a PR
choking
agent,
someone.
If you were a PR agent, that's what.
Like choking someone is crazy, bro.
Against the wall too, like
okay, buddy, we got it. You're 6'5". Like, you know, like, Jesus Christ, bro.
He was going method, bro. He had to get into the role, you know.
He saw a camera. I was like, fuck. Yeah, like, he thought like he was actually gonna have to like. He thought he was actually gonna have to like re-experience like Saltburn in that moment, bro. He was like, he was having PTSD, bro. It's like, not again. He probably thought it was Barry Keoghan, bro. He was like, oh fuck. Okay, yeah, that's about all the crazy shit that's happened so far. Hey. No, we don't need no input, buddy. We don't need no fucking input right now. That's crazy.
It's one of those things also where like the people that know for sure.
Yo, do your job.
Oh.
It's fun.
Do your job.
Don't worry.
It's good.
Do your job.
Do my job.
No, but it's one of those
I hope
things
his audio's so minute because it's so far away, like the mics.
Oh, you want
so
it to
I hope
just
it's like
barely...
so like just like.
I want his voice heard. We need it. We need to get.
We're just talking to like nobody, bro.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Otherwise, I'm telling you, man. Like,
Jamie, do your job. No, fucking with you. Wait, what did you want to say?
No, I was gonna say right before like it's. Fuck, I forgot.
Oh, he forgot. Mr. Interrupter over here forgot what he wanted to fucking say.
Listen, man.
Now you know how it feels.
Now I know how it feels.
No, it only happens to me because you won't shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ, man. He's gonna be the laughing track, bro.
He's our Big Bang Theory, like fucking. Like...
Oh, why do you have to bring that up as an example? Jesus Christ! Not that it's like garbage, but like damn. Holy fuck. So what were we gonna say, dickhead?
Oh,
Okay.
God damn it.
Yo, Shane Gillis, bro. Shane Gillis, put us on, bro.
Yeah.
Supply us, bro. He's now working with Bud Light. We could talk about
Is
that
that
because
actually a
Benzion can't fucking come up with what he wanted to say. I have to bring up a fucking topic. What?
Masters of the Air. You guys can talk about that.
No, we're done. The podcast is over. The
You ended
season's
that
not
Bud
even
Light?
done, bro.
I haven't seen it.
We're done. That was it. That was it, bro. We're done.
Wait, where did you end it though?
It's not done yet. I'm still recording.
Oh.
Okay, bro.